We're very clear that one of the things that has to happen on this plot is that there has to be social value, and part of the social value is to ensure that the neighbours to the plot, in particular the people of Catalan Bay, see that this plot is developed in a way that adds value to Catalan Bay. One of the key issues for people at Catalan Bay is to ensure that those who have been brought up in Catalan Bay, the children of Catalan Bay, are able to stay in Catalan Bay or its environs, and we want to give the benefit of this opportunity to develop the land near to Catalan Bay to be a catchment area for those people. And we think that's perfectly proper. Everybody loves Catalan Bay. We want to ensure that Catalan Bay continues to prosper. This is one of the ways that we will do that.
Well, how will you balance the needs of those on the housing list that aren't from Catalan Bay against those who are from there and who are also on the housing list?
So we've got a huge number of affordable flats which are going to come onto the market now. We've just stopped the sales, or finished the sales of Sir Bob Belisa Mews after Chatham Views and after Hassan Centenary Terraces. Those are seeing the bulk of those who want to buy affordable homes. There need to be more projects for this, but in particular in this area so close to Catalan Bay, I think it's important to benefit those who would be generationally of the class that should buy in that area.
Well, let's look a little bit more at TNG Global. We know the owner behind Trust and Novus Bank is the same person behind TNG. Have you met Tuan Tran? What can you tell us about his business interests and background, and why does he want to invest in Gibraltar? I
have met Tuan Tran. I have negotiated with Mr. Tuan and Mrs. Ho, and I must tell you that they know what they want to do. They want to invest in Gibraltar because they want to form part of this community. They want to ensure that their contribution to this community is a positive one. You know, Mr. Tuan comes from Vietnam. He has a background in property and in banking in Vietnam, and this is an opportunity to diversify into Europe. We've been selling that Gibraltar is a magnificent place to base your investment into Europe, whether or not we're in the European Union, and this is a demonstration of somebody actually doing exactly that, and they should be very welcome in Gibraltar. And I think people who've met Mr. Tuan in Gibraltar and Mrs. Tuan will know that they are people who love Gibraltar and want to invest in Gibraltar because they found here a place that they believe in.
Well, they do seem to be taking a large interest in Gibraltar's land. So let me ask, has the TNG Global Foundation submitted an expression of interest for the Rooke site?
They have submitted expressions of interest for a number of other sites, but I don't discuss with any third party the options of any other person making a bid or submission. We make an announcement of who the successful bidder is, and when the time comes, we'll make announcements in respect of other sites.
So you won't tell us if they'll be awarded that contract just yet?
Well, I will tell you who is awarded the Rooke site on the day that we issue the statement awarding the Rooke site, and there are other sites which are also to be awarded, and I hope to see us making announcements in that respect soon, because that demonstrates confidence in Gibraltar, in the economy of Gibraltar, in the people of Gibraltar, and in the government and public finances of Gibraltar.
Well, are you confident that this project will go through, given that, you know, this has had other announcements in the past that haven't actually made it? What makes you confident in this one?
Well, you know that in our press release we recognise that this is third time lucky, we hope. The GSD awarded what they called Sovereign Bay. We awarded what we wanted to call Blue Water, and we thought was going to work. All of those depended on third-party finance. This project does not depend on third-party finance, although, of course, they would be free to seek finance if they wanted to. But in the context of what we have here, you have an entity that is related to an ultimate beneficial owner of a bank, more than one bank, in fact, and therefore you have the ability to discharge the whole of the development and the project should the ultimate beneficial owner wish to do so without having to seek funding. I think that is the key difference. And given where the world is, given where Gibraltar is, and much of the world, with the position in which most people find that there isn't the disposable income around, even in the corporates, I think this is a great opportunity for Gibraltar to finally see this project take off. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Until we see the whole thing be finished in 10 years' time, we won't know that we've been successful, but I believe that we will be.
Well, Chief Minister, the government has made clear it's in a deficit situation following the pandemic. All of a sudden, the TNG Global Foundation, it comes along, it covers the schools, the entire Eastside, and they even foot the bill for Midtown Park. That's £355 million. It just sounds a little bit too good to be true. So what's the catch?
Well, look, in the world of business, you have to chase the people who you believe are going to be the ones that are going to deliver. And we've worked very, very hard indeed to ensure that we could find an investor that could deliver for Gibraltar. This investor, we believe, can deliver for Gibraltar. I believe that what you're seeing here is a very positive moment in the economic development of Gibraltar, which will have socio-economic value for many generations in Gibraltar, which will be positive. And I say to my political colleagues across the floor of the House, this is something that will be very positive for all of Gibraltar, not for just some in Gibraltar. And I think we have to embrace that together. because in the future, I hope that Tuan Tran, his family and his foundation will continue to form a part of the development socio-economically of Gibraltar, whether or not Fabian Picardo is the Chief Minister.